Well, thank you so very much for staying with us. And thanks again to our sponsors, because without them, we would not have a show and we would not be able to be here with you every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on the Light 95.9. So a couple other questions that we have. We're having a lot of questions right now about vegetable plants. Not only is it safe to put them out, but questions like, what do you think is the best slicing tomato? What do you think is the best Roma tomato for, sauce or salsas? All of those kind of questions. So I'm going to give you my top ones. For cherry tomatoes, I like a sun sugar for a couple different reasons. I love the sun sugar because it is sweet. It is one that you can just pull them off the vine, eat them right there. It is amazing. I also like it because it's indeterminate. An indeterminate tomato means that it doesn't have a determined end to stop producing fruit. So if it doesn't get too cold for it, it will continue to produce fruit. So this is one that is great to put in a pot and have on your deck all summer. And then before it gets cold, bring it in maybe to the sunroom or to some room in your house where you have good airflow and good light. And that tomato plant will produce for you, usually in your home until sometime in December when the days get so short that there's just not enough light. We're very blessed in the greenhouse because we do have, the most light that, you can really get with a totally open roof. We can really harvest throughout the entire winter. Now, of course, as those days get shorter, our harvest gets less, but we do harvest throughout the entire season. So we love that. You have enough, if with one plant, you would probably have enough for, your family to have tomato on your salads if you have a salad 3 times a week. So it is a great one. Now, as for the Roma styles, these are your, just a standard Roma, an Italian Roma, an Amish paste, a San Marzano, all of those, the health kicks, all of those are Roma style tomatoes. I probably, have, this is terrible, 2 of my favorites, depending on what you're doing with them. A San Marzano, I'm going to say if you are making tomato paste or if you're making something like juice or tomato sauce for like spaghetti sauce. I like that San Marzano. Some people say, well, it's hollow. It's hollow because there's no juice and seed running through it that makes your paste not so thick or your tomato sauce not so thick. So I really like a thick sauce, and so I like the San Marzano for that reason. I love the Amish paste for the reason that I like it for salsa. You do get some juice. It's still thick and very firm, so you get some great texture to your salsa, a chunky salsa, but you still have some of the juices in it too. So I really like both of those the best. I also do like the Health Kick because it is one of the highest tomatoes in lycopene. Lycopene is a substance that's in tomatoes. It gets higher as the temperature rises. So as you cook it, the lycopene gets higher in tomatoes. But its lycopene amount is much higher than other tomatoes. And lycopene has been proven to help with cancer cells. So it kills cancer cells. So lycopene is really good to prevent cancer in your body. So those are my Roma and my cherry pick. Now, for my slicers, I really like, I am a girl that just loves a slice of tomato on my burger, but also I like a slice of tomato just on a piece of bread. I don't need mayo. I don't need anything else. I like the juices to soak into my bread. Of course, I like a whole grain or a sprouted grain bread, but I like those juices to really soak in. So for my tomato pick, for my slicers, I really like a beefsteak. And some people says, well, they're just so big. And they are very big, but you can always, if the top of them, because this is the issue that some people have, the tomato is so big, the top gets crinkly, and you can't use all of the top of it. But I take the tops, and as I'm slicing it, that top that's sort of crinkly, that doesn't fit perfectly on your piece of bread or on your burger, I cut that off and I freeze it. And then I take it out when I'm getting ready to make my sauce later in the summer, and I need the extra pieces of the tomato. It goes right into my sauce then. So I just do that, and that way I don't lose anything. Or I am a farmer, so I have chickens and pigs that love the top of that tomato. Or I also have a crazy dog that loves tomatoes, and so some days I'll just give her the top of it as her little treat. So those are some of my top tomato picks. I like that beefsteak, even though some people, don't. I like that a lot. But I also like the hillbilly. The hillbilly is a very low acid tomato, and I have to say it was one of my dad's favorite too. And it is just an amazing meaty tomato. I still to this day, after all of these years, 15 years, I still plant a hillbilly tomato plant at my dad's grave every year. And it's amazing how well they do out there. But that hillbilly tomato is it's just so meaty. It's multicolored. I don't know if you would call it a yellow tomato with red stripes or a red tomato with yellow stripes, but it's just full of color. It's just beautiful. If you're familiar with the aloha pepper, the hillbilly tomato goes right along with it, all of that coloring. So it is a great tomato. I like it for multi-purpose slicing. I also love to make tomato salad, and it just adds so much color to a tomato salad. So I really like that as well. Then the next question was peppers. Your pick on peppers. I really can't say I have a pick on peppers. I love all of the bells. Remember that a California Wonder is a green bell pepper that will turn red as it ripens up. But a regular red bell pepper, like the northern red, a great bell pepper, sweet. I have to say, probably the reds, the yellows, and the orange are a tad sweeter than a green, but only when they're early in their ages. As a California Wonder starts to age or ripen up and starts to turn red, it is just as sweet as the other ones are. Those are great. For stuffing peppers, I like all of those as well. If you're going to do like a regular stuffed green bell pepper with the rice and burger and all of those kind of things. If I'm stuffing a pepper that I'm going to grill, I'm a Cubanelle girl, and also an Italian green fryer. Those are great peppers. I don't always throw plugs out, but like Skyland Pines Lodge, Stephanie can make a pepper like nobody else there. She uses the Italian green pepper. It's a wonderful, wonderful pepper, but it stuffs great too. It is just wonderful to stuff that full of sausage and cheese and throw it on the grill. It also is great with some quinoa and a corn relish thrown on the grill. Just an amazing pepper. I'm not a hot pepper person, but I have to say, if I'm going to have a little bit of kick, I'm just a plain old jalapeno girl. Anything more than that is too hot for me. But to let you know, if you are someone that really loves hot peppers, we do carry the Ghost, the Trinidad Scorpion, and the hottest, the Carolina Reaper. We do have all of those peppers and all of the tomatoes that I talked about, plus and maybe not hundreds more, but a lot of other tomatoes. So if you are looking for tomato plants that are off the wall, we do lots and lots of heirloom. There's just so many peppers and tomato varieties. And we also do a lot of those other crazy vegetables that other garden centers or greenhouses are not growing. We do grow turnips and rutabaga, okra, eggplant. We start all the squashes for you, a multitude of different cucumbers, and then, of course, all the cold crops that we start for you as well. Brussels sprouts and broccoli and cauliflower and kohlrabi and collards, and all of your cabbages. and all a different variety of lettuce, Swiss chard. We start all of those things for you that make it easy to get your garden started. So if you are looking for any of those. We also carry a line of fruit trees and berry bushes. And we have some of those odd ones also, like the boysenberry and the goji berry, elderberries, all of those things that you might want to add to your landscape, because several of them are very beautiful. Nothing prettier than a blueberry plant in the fall. But these are all great plants to add to your landscape and to your garden. And what better way to have a beautiful landscape than have an edible landscape? And that's going to work out great for you. Well, we just want to throw a congratulations out to our guest from last week, Jeff Zuckel, and his partner, Matt. They opened the Pangea Keto store yesterday morning with our lettuce and beef and pork at the store. So if you are out and about today up at the Hartville Marketplace, we'd love for you to stop by the Pangea Keto store and take advantage of all of the great things that Matt's cooking up for people to sample this weekend. And that's going to be a wonderful time. I'm going to try to sneak up there today after I close and see how everything went in the last few days. So it's going to be a lot of fun up there, and hopefully we will be adding products to their store as things go along, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Well, just to remind you, if you have questions about anything in your garden or your landscape and you would like us to answer your questions, or maybe you need a consultation at your home, we can help you with that as well. You can always give us a call at 330-455-5997. You can email me at Cindy Petitti, that's CindyPetitti @gmail.com. Or you can stop by the store, of course, at 5828 Columbus Road, right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway in Nimishillen Township. We just thank you all so much for being with us week after week. Hopefully we're answering your questions. And if we're not answering questions that you have and you have them, please get a hold of us so that we can answer your questions. Because if you have the question, most likely someone else has that question too. We want to thank you for getting up early and being with us right here on the Light 95.9. And y'all have a blessed week.